saw a story about Jay-Z putting $1 million on the Thunder on the Fanatics Sportsbook. Kind of like when you see Drake posting about the Stake app, or like Dave Portnoy betting on DraftKings. We all know this is fake, right? They're getting paid to post that, or they have some sort of equity. But still, this feels extra dishonest. Like, my problem is not the gambling. I have no problem with gambling. My problem is this isn't gambling. Because even if the money is real, the risk is fake. Like, they have all the upside, but no downside. There's no skin in the game. It would be like doing an ad for cigarettes, but the cigarettes aren't lit. I mean, if you want to gamble, gamble, but don't try to play both sides. It's like Kevin Hart does ads for Chase Bank and DraftKings. I saw an interview, he was talking about partnering with Chase to promote financial literacy in the Black community. It's like, all right, that's great. Why are you doing ads for gambling? It's like, yeah, save your money, generational wealth. Also, the Buffalo Bills are plus 750. It's a lot. The problem is that in capitalism, the real money is always one step removed. Like, poor people bet on DraftKings. Rich people own DraftKings. And even if you try to buy the stock, it's like you could still lose money because the real investors got in before the IPO. By the time you can even buy the stock, those initial investors already cashed out and left. I mean, Elon Musk didn't get rich selling cars. He got rich selling stock. That's because wealth doesn't come from playing the game. Wealth comes from making other people play the game while you leave. And the problem is that these industries are so big that the conflicts of interest will never even be addressed. Just the phrase conflict of interest, I mean, usually that means you're indirectly involved in something in a way that you're benefiting from. In this case, the conflict of interest is
Yo, what up,
between
Leo?
private capital and everybody else, between the people who have money and the people who don't. And the money is winning by so much. And the people who don't have money
What up,
don't even
Leo?
realize the game that they're playing.
A century after its discovery, scientists captured first confirmed footage of a colossal squid in the deep.
I thought this was AI when I saw it. They've only seen them washed up along the beach before, so this is the first living one.
You know, they grow up to
What up,
23
Leo?
feet
Peace and
long. They
blessings.
grow up
Thanks
to
for
over
tuning in.
1,000 pounds. Yeah, and this one looks about 2 inches.
What up,
It's
Noah?
so frustrating. There's no
Peace
scale
and
in the
blessings.
video. It's just the blackness of 2,000.
What up, y'all? Thanks for
ocean.
tuning
The
in.
deep sea is a desert, right? There's like
Yeah,
mostly nothing.
right.
You put that down there and nothing happens for 14 days, and then all of a sudden you get that, and you're like, we got it.
This woman worked on Plum Island, where they create mutated animals. Watch
I don't
this.
know how long this is going to stay up. I might delete it later, but I used to work at Plum Island, Lab 257. Yep, at Lab 257. They told us it was animal research, just livestock stuff. Studying diseases to protect the food
Make sure y'all
supply.
subscribe,
So they
too.
always frame it, make it sound like we're doing something good. But the things I saw in that lab, the experiments, it wasn't about animals. It wasn't ever just about animals. First red flag, most of the people I worked with either didn't ask questions or knew not to. Those who did ask too much, let's just say they didn't stay around for too long. Contracts pulled, cleared out like they never existed. We get shipments in the middle of the night, no labels, no records. I'm talking live animals, sometimes already mutated. Sometimes they weren't even species that we have names for. And I know that sounds crazy, but I've seen things that look like they weren't even from this planet. Creatures like something out of a movie. We weren't just testing viruses. We were engineering them, modifying bacteria, adding genetic sequences that shouldn't even be compatible with human DNA. At one point, I was assigned to a project that involved ticks. Yeah, those ticks. We were told it was a control study to understand how disease spreads, but what we really were doing was testing how to make the virus spread easier, more contagious, more invisible. A few months later, the first Lyme disease cases popped up across the water in Connecticut just out of nowhere. Coincidence? Sure. Then there were the containment breaches. We weren't allowed to say the word leak. If something got out, we call it a displacement. You see a mutated deer foaming at the mouth on the shoreline, that's a displacement. You see some wild creature unalive looking like it got stitched together from 4 different animals, displacement. They always had an explanation, always just enough to keep you paranoid but not empowered. That's how they quiet. I shouldn't be saying any of this. I've already seen 2 people disappear after talking too much.
I hope this woman stays safe because this is an insane story. As always, let me know what you think in the comments. Stay weird.
I'm going to show you why you shouldn't wear black shirts in the summer. I'm going to show you the temperature. I have this infrared thermometer. I'll show you the temperature on the way. degrees. Now I'm going to show you how hot the black shirt is.
I always heard don't wear black in the summer.
127.6.
I'm over here wearing black.
Guys, that's why you shouldn't wear black shirts in the summer. And now I'm going to show you how hot the sand is. 132.1 degrees. So this summer, make sure you don't leave your little friends outside too long because it's going to be a very hot one. And their paws, believe it or not, actually do burn. Yeah. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Good boy, Diesel.
All right, family. There you have today's video. You made it this far. Y'all know what to do. Today.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. We sure are.
I've had the chance to sell my soul, and I've declined every fucking time. Every time. And believe me, if you guys could even understand the money I've declined, we're not talking money where I've to gamble. We're talking guaranteed. We're talking like I would absolutely be a billionaire right now just to keep my principles and keep my soul intact. I've been offered many times.
Hey, I was checking out something earlier. I want to run back. It was about like 607 up. And somebody he was talking to, it was pretty deep, little decent conversation. About the running back though. We could check it out and watch it together. I'm just waiting on a few of my videos to upload. It has some copyright stuff going on or whatever, so I'm just doing that over. This one of my money making activities, creating videos, and this right here as well. I always keep my links in the bio. But yeah, we finna check out this deep, dope conversation. Let me know what y'all think about it.
Listen, it doesn't matter. Why? How you gonna be like him? You say, well, I do all they can do. How can you do it? Do it like you follow it. There's so many things that Jesus done that doesn't make sense dealing with salvation. I need to know what can keep me from disobeying God. And what it teaches me how to please God. So I'm not concerned about if Jesus like pork chop. The carnal mind will never understand what things like. That was Jesus said. Ice cream. He'll never understand things first. So no man know everything about himself, and no man show know everything. I know everything. Nothing is hidden to me. What are you talking about? Nothing is hidden to me. That's the problem. Nothing is hidden to me. Listen, they tell you that you can't know everything, but I'm asking you a question right now. Where your brain located at? Okay, where your brain located at? I don't know. See, he gonna probably say in his head. But it's proven that the brain are located in the head, so information is infinite. Information is in the cosmos. So how can I not know everything? Okay, information in the cosmos. Let me ask you this here. What date you was born and when I died? What's up? Huh? I died 5 times. You died. Hold on. You did. I told you did die 5 times. You died when you lost your mind. Come on, died when you got how? Come on, okay? You died when you think you're your own God. You died when you full of pride, and you died if you don't know Jesus. So yeah, you might have died 5 times. And when you go to sleep at night, cut that one out. No, it's good. Cut that one out. Make sure that was good. And listen, he practiced that. He had that.
Hey, I'm gonna cut it out.
He had that credit, gang. That's the truth. Ain't no truth. I died 5 times. Listen,
Hey, I'm gonna cut it out.
Every day you lay down, you die. Next question, gang. Next question, gang. How old are you? Next question, gang.
In the Bible, they have some controversial stuff going on.
You died. What next question, gang? 3.
The next question is in the Bible, they have some controversial stuff going on sometimes. And here's a quote from the Bible right here, and it comes from Matthew 25:41. Depart from me, you cursed, into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels.
What you understand about it is God in the Bible lets you know, first of all, he was jealous. He was jealous when he said there's no God but me. When he said but me, that lets you know 2 things. 1, he aware of other gods, and 2, he was jealous of shit. If you walk in and tell your girl, ain't no God but me, what that mean? It ain't no man but me. What that mean? That means other men, right? So listen, let me tell you 2 things. You gotta balance. He never said he was good. He said he gonna love you if you love me, right? Listen, he's a jealous guy. That means he gonna give you something and take it back here into your giver. When on Sunday, church good. The pastor collection plate is good. They sending in money, spirit's hot. Come Monday, everybody fuck again. That's all they talk about. Right? Come Monday, everybody fuck again. Why? Because the spirits are down. He's hallelujah, amen, all day. He wants your worship and praise. But I'm going to tell you this, a true God don't need worship and praise because he already know he God. Okay, let me say this here. Now, it sounds good. Now, watch this here. He said that, I always talk about the plate. Right? I'm so sick of folks talking about the plate get passed. The plate get passed around at the restaurant. The plate get passed around at the service because you have to change money. Oh, it have a business. No, I'm just going over. Yeah, everything you name is a business. This is it. Watch this here. When you talking about dealing with God, he do certain things. What's the question you asked? I want to make sure. He forgot.
The question was Matthew 25:41. He said,
man,
people
it's
say,
deep.
depart from me, you cursed, into the eternal fire, prepared for the devil and his angels.
I know that.
Basically, he tossed somebody into the
Why
eternal
would he
fire.
say that? Why would he tell you for the departing from you? Okay, watch this.
Why would he toss you in eternal fire?
When you dealing with God and you talking about depart from me, you work of iniquity, and you cast into hell. God gave man a choice. He said, I say cursed and blessed before you choose this day where you're going to serve. In creation, God does give us a choice. And the reason why he gives us a choice because everything he created automatically submit to his will. But when he made man into like an image, which made we able to make our own decision. And this is what God chose to do. But watch the here. First of all, you have to understand, Unc said up here, trying to explain God. And when you use God as jealousy, that is so ignorant because God ain't jealous. You see, it is a word jealous. Hold up, and all you'll get, you'll understand. You're reading the law. The word jealousy doesn't mean he's jealous of somebody, of his creation, and because you decide to worship the devil, you decide to worship this woman and this man, and you provoke God to be jealous. He the one created you. That's not what he's talking about. The word jealous means dislike. He's trying to speak to us in the language where we can understand. If you dislike the song, it's a low vibration. He letting you know. He hiding emotion. God, I love you, right? I hate you. Let me say this. He let you know what he disliked. So he used the word jealousy because that's our language. So it's the same way if you look at somebody that you say your daughter and you create something and somebody give that more credit than the creator, he's telling you he disliked that because I'm the one that created it. It'll be crazy for me to make something and you give somebody else the credit for it. And so when God says he's jealous, he's letting you know I deserve the praise, not the he works the creature more than the creator. He's not saying that man or anything is bigger than him or put him in a bad day or make him feel like, oh, you chose him over me. God is not caught up into that. Right. So he only speak to us in our language. Right. That's why I'm looking here. I can't be jealous because he got these tight braids in his head. Come on, man. No. Insult. No. No. Them braids real good. Insult. Listen. Them his braids. He the one put them in there. But I'm jealous because if I look at them braids, I want some braids. So I'm just using that. So I'm jealous of him. That's man. But when God, everything belongs to God. So how can he be jealous of anything when everything belongs to him anyway? That don't make sense.
Okay. Question number 3.
So I get what he's saying. And I get what both of them saying, but it's like, come on now. What do you think? Somebody don't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway. Like Kanye was saying, she getting crazy.
I want to say this. I want to say this. Everybody, is heaven a good place?
Yes.
All right, if heaven was so good, why did Jesus go free people from heaven then? It's in the Bible. No. When he died, the first place he went was hell. He freed people from hell. And then he went to heaven. He took some of his souls from heaven too. I swear, no. Where did he take people from then? It is documented in the Bible. But they use a different name for heaven. Right? But for everybody watching, those watching, Google it and look it up. What scripture he coming in your Bible? I swear I'm on with this fact. This is fact. When Jesus died, he went two places. Somebody that don't know. He went two places. Spoke about. He went two places. He went to hell. Okay, hell is it? First of all, God said when you go to hell, that's it. So why would Jesus go to hell and take people from hell? Because that's the final place. Good question, right? So I vibrational. If you say God is all love, he high vibrational. How many heaven is low vibration? Low vibration. Low vibrational is low vibrational. That is low vibrational. But the guy he talking about is mixed. So if that guy is mixed, it gotta be the dimmer that he don't even know. Where do God? Right? He gotta be mixed. Where God is? He gotta be mixed. Where you live? He gotta be mixed. What cats? He live outside. He live outside. I know one thing for sure. He live outside the firmament. Because they locked us in the firmament. They locked us in the firmament. He ain't locked up nowhere. They locked us in the firmament. Get out there. No. Tell somebody out there. But not him. No, God, the real God locked the fake guy in the firmament, and the fake guy made up. I swear God, no. Let me say this, yo.
Okay.
One thing I learned that dealing with people who so deep in the half sleep. I'm still in half sleep. Watch that. Deep in half sleep. But watch that. Most people that when they hear somebody like he say so much stuff that he don't even know what he's saying. Watch it. No, I don't know things like that. Listen, I don't know what I'm saying, because don't nobody know what they saying, because words are down, they not talking. Watch it. Let me say this here. But one thing I learned about life, that there's gonna be somebody that's gonna grab and say, "Ooh, he making sense. That sound good." I claim to know anything about said. Any man that think he know anything don't know nothing. So when you dealing with life, I'm not concerned about this information that I don't know. I don't know what heaven like. You just asked. We don't know what heaven like. Bible said no man have seen, no man heard. Everybody's so comfortable. I know. Watch this. What God has prepared for us, people that love. People don't even know what hell is like, but they're scared. Everybody want to go to heaven, but nobody want to die. So watch this. And watch it. Everybody. Watch it. Everybody talk about a hell. If they don't believe there's a hell, why are you scared to die? So watch this. So anytime you listen to anything that people talk about, it's a fact that some of this stuff that we're hearing, it got to be some facts somewhere about it, because we won't be told. Hold up, what you talking about fear? No, fear is what they use to control you, right? This what they know. This what they know. They want to control you. Why do they keep going? If you spend your life, all your life, not scared of nothing, they know they gonna get you at. They gonna get you in one place. If you ain't scared to die, they gonna get you being scared of hell, right? Only thing you need to do to come back in this earth is the fear, right? One thing, that's why Jesus said, fear nothing, right? Because Jesus already understood that to get out of here, you cannot have no fear. Fear keep you bound to earth, right? To a low vibrational state. With vibration, right? So you have to understand that fear, even if you fear God, is wrong, right? You should not fear nothing, right? But he say you can't. They in the same book. You say nobody seen God, but Moses seen him, and when Moses seen him, he was a kid. Moses seen God. Yeah, in the burning bush. No, Moses came out the bush. What scripture he came out the bush? Did he see him in the bush? No man has seen. Yeah, he seen him. He said he seen his back. He said he saw him as a kid. You say they don't read their book. But look, but he's talking about the kid for one reason. He said, "Hey, look, he got an afro. Yeah, he got. Listen to me. He got a double grill in his mouth. Listen to me. He got to tell you. Listen to me. I break it down. Snoop God will cheer me out. I got out of the necklace. I'll break it down. I'll give it to you. I think God. Listen. All you gotta understand, all the information is decoded in those skin. So I get all the information from my skin, right? So what I tell you today is true, because all thing I can say is truth.
Okay, I got another question.
I'm gonna ask this
Another controversial scripture out of the good book. It says in Exodus 20:21, if a man strikes a slave and the slave dies immediately, he shall be avenged. But if the slave survives a day or two, he is not to be avenged, for the slave is his money.
Listen, a lot of people don't know this, right? Y'all want to take everything literal. You want to take it like the slave. And a lot of people think like slave is bad. Everybody's slave. You're a slave to the money, right? So let me tell you something. If you're going to be a slave then, right? And whatever you serve to, right? So y'all going to take it literal. A lot of things for your thought. It's not for you to actually take it for what it said. God ain't telling you to be a slave. He's letting you know everybody's slave to everything. While you're on the earth, you going to serve something. You're going to serve something. Right?
But you got to admit,
you're slave to lust. You're slave to a woman. You're slave to yourself. you slave in your mind. He's totally right. It's a title. Nobody catch that. Right? Slave is not a bad word. Yeah. It's how you use it. If I use it, you gotta understand. You're submitting to something. You're submitting your will to something. And when you're a slave to the wrong thing, it can take advantage of you. It can rob you from your purpose. Right. I like to say one thing not bad. All right. The first burger not bad, but the 100th burger is a problem. Right. I want to say that Jesus said everything in it. They said what's good. Jesus said everything in the earth was good. Right. But I think that when you come to abusing everything, then it becomes bad. There's nothing on the earth is bad. I can't see one thing, right? But people abuse things what makes good things bad. You can abuse water and drown yourself, drink too much, right? So what you don't understand is a slave is not what you think, right? You looking at it totally different. Do you think it's bad for him to have black nails right here? No. I'm saying these black nails. Do you think it's good or bad? He got black nails.
He using his black nails in some kind of spiritual way, though. I don't know.
Yeah, it don't look spooky.
It's spooky, but I don't understand the spiritual meaning for it.
Listen, you on the goofy shit. I wish you was here. I'll smack you with this cup.
I'm 325 pounds. It wouldn't hurt.
You're right. Listen, y'all playing, but he got some power in the black nail. Listen, y'all playing.
That's what I think.
But I'm telling you, when people sit on black nails, they get scared. You know, they go to wonder, them nails, they go to looking, where you got black nails from?
Explain it to them.
The nails stand for, what they stand for? They stand for you in darkness.
Hey, give me the salt then.
What's wrong with the salt?
What they mean?
What's wrong with the salt? Hold on, I ain't saying nothing wrong. He's strange.
No, I got a question though.
Let me tell you what your nail symbolize. Watch that. He worked witchcraft. Let me tell you what else. Okay, listen. Jesus used money to put on your eye so you can see. That was voodoo. A lot of people don't know. That was voodoo.
Okay, let me spit.
But that don't mean it's bad. That's only some country and other nations they have black nails. Don't mean it's wrong. It's our perception. And that might be not wrong with his nails. Even they don't give them power. They don't take the power from them. But my perception could be anything. People can say, while I'm sitting on the couch with that's their perception. I thought all preachers hang at the church. That's their perception. He said, God, for me, he gonna get saved. Right? Saved from hell. I don't come over here, let me know. I don't want to be on the road he on because the road he on seem right to me. And I don't want to be there. I joined his church just to guide him the right way. Listen, somebody I joined his church. Listen, I like that. One thing about the pastor, he gonna guide me the right way. He know what he talking. Nothing he say is wrong. I just say this: keep looking. Right? Because if you keep digging, you're gonna find. Whatever men seek, he shall find. If it's not, it shall be open. But keep seeking. Not like that. When he told people some of the truth. One of the crazy thing that people are ignorant of, the Bible said be quick to let slow speak. You got people who reject some of the things that Uncle say, and if they pay attention, he says stuff that really makes some sense. And if it don't make sense, it makes some sense for you to search it out, where you won't lose your sense. So anytime something being said, you can learn from good and bad. You know, like he said, you can only reason he don't know we speak from the same place. Listen, I know I hate the most. When somebody speak from the same source and act like he different. Me and him speak the same thing. He is me, I am. The only difference is he been transformed with religion. Right? He confused. He been transformed. Religion is certified. Bro, I'm transformed. If he let go on his trade, if the next order with church, he trying to bind me with the church. And he trying to bind me with his own spirit. The Bible said, man, we got to lay on spirit because it's a fool. I follow the word because the word created all things. Who else am I following? Man, who else am I following? Yourself.
Hey, I got a question about the word.
The word is the source. Why would you follow anything else? This why I follow what created me. This why the word, he said, let that be. The word created me. Let me tell you why he said, why the outside. I'm going to follow the word. Let me tell you why. I don't know who the word is. Why? In the beginning was the word with God. Let me tell you why. It was God. All things were God. too much shit on the outside. You got the Muslims, you got the Jews, you got all this shit on the outside. Everything on the outside you can follow. How the you know what's right? So where this truth? Hold up. Everything on the outer side. Look within. Find the truth. Because if you look on the outside, I swear to God, you'll follow. You gonna be blind? You following something? No, you following. Good. Everything on the outside is not that you off. You supposed to be followed. Everything is a I'd rather follow myself. Listen, he was off in the wilderness for 40 years. 40 years. He didn't follow nobody. So why the church following man? Oh, I got it. He said,
Okay.
I said, he followed the word. No, he followed God through the word. He was not religious. He wanted man. Built it in 3 days. Man cannot live on bread long, but every word. He's out of the story of the church. He said the people with the purple. He said the people with the purple clean the inside of your cup before you clean the out. Right? He worried about the outside, clean the church. When the true reason is, God ain't in the church. God ain't never been in the church. That's why every time Jesus went in the church, he kicked it over. So listen, when Jesus went to the church, they attend with the church, they selling shit in the church. They in the church selling, getting money. Right? Jesus walked in the church, he goes to the church. Stop, man. Right? So Jesus didn't even with the church. So if Jesus don't with the church, how long you gonna say you follow? Oh, can I say something? He said when Jesus walked in the temple, first of all, Jesus didn't have a problem with the church. He had a problem with the people that's in church. It's the same way he got a problem with the people. You heard it there. I quit. It's the people that's in the temple. I don't have a problem with the Bible. I have a problem with the people that read the Bible and twist the Bible. I don't have a problem with the Bible. I have a problem with the people that take the Bible and use it for themselves. I have a problem with people who feel like they're greater than other people. I have a problem that people who judge people and don't know they can't save themselves. Neither did they save themselves. And so if you understand who God is, you know that God is the source of your life. God said, I knew you before I formed you in your mother womb, before you and your mom and daddy hooked up. He said, I already have a plan for you. God don't think when man get in trouble. God think before he was created. God is so, I'm talking about, he's so powerful. We can't even explain God the way he do things. And just like the sheriff said on this couch, he said a lot of stuff, but in the whole source of his thinking, in the whole system of his mind, he have to understand one thing. There's no man that's snipping. There's no man that came. There's no man that done left have the knowledge of God. And the only way you can understand God is through his word. Even if you led by your own spirit, I agree with that. I agree with that. I don't care how deep you is. I don't care how smart. I agree with that. You read from a word. You study from a word. You learn from a word. You cannot exist without a word. Is that true? If that's true, what the Jesus really did? Jesus was the he was the walking He don't have to read that when he is the word. What was the disciples reading then? The Okay. Okay. Nobody
I got a question about that.
The books of poison.
I got a question about
his thing is his restore the word, and the word with God, and the word was God. All things was made. But when they were talking about the word, they never said God was manifested in the flesh. Jesus was the word of God that came into the earth and guide us back to the one that created us. And so when he's trying to do, the reason why people don't want the word, they want to be subject to the word, because they want to do their own thing. They want to be their own God. They have the spirit of Adam. They have the spirit of Eve. And Eve was deceived because she wanted to know good and evil, where she could make her own decision. It's either deny the Lord. It's either to say God ain't real. It's either to say I ain't real. It's either to say I don't believe in the book. It's either to say, oh, I deny the creator. No, we're not saying you said. I'm talking about somebody that's looking at us. But if you ever sub yourself to the word, then God will open your eye to your purpose. He will open your eye to your why you exist, why you live. Nobody is able to save them own self from death. Nobody able to create themselves. Nobody able to predict what tomorrow holds. Not true. We all walk by faith, even if we choose. Not true. Not true. You got in your car by faith. You sit on this couch by faith. You eat by faith. You eat by faith. Nothing by faith. No. Listen, that's the problem. They think even the smallest thing that they call luck, they call miracles, not true. Let me tell you how I. Well, listen, right? Listen, everything on earth is energy, is vibrating frequencies, right? So everything has a cause that has to effect. right? So everything is science. Everything that happened has an effect. Who creates science? God. He's the first scientist and the best scientist. Okay. So let me tell you, we created science to understand God. Who created the science? We created science to understand command, not the God. We created science to understand God. Because they worship the world that we live in. You worship God, boy. The problem is he's studying the books that's studying himself. You study yourself, you will understand what I'm saying. Right? Because who don't want to know who they are? Right? Because they told me that I was a body. I want to know what the body is then. So when I find out what a body is, I'm gonna find out a body is an atom. What the atom is then? And they say I come from dirt. How the fuck I come from dirt then? It gotta be life in dirt. If it's life in dirt, that's how Jesus can put it on your eye and it can heal. Right? So I understand everything by understanding what they told me by understanding myself. Right? So when you look deep, you find that what you find by studying yourself. But why he keep quoting the book if you don't understand the book? I understand the book. The book was true, so the book was true, but listen, let me tell you something. We live in a reality where 3D, 4D, and 5D. He said the book is true. There's somebody twisted the book. Let me tell you, nobody understand. Listen. Nobody twists the book. For everybody understand this, right? The Bible is true. But it goes like this. We live in a 3D, 4D, 5D dimension. Whatever a person believes, it could be made true. Let me tell you what I mean. You ever seen the truth that could be made a lie, or a lie that can be made a truth? Is whatever you believe. And consciousness is a different level. Jesus came with high consciousness for people, and the pastor ain't got no consciousness, gang. We need to get him some pills. He needs some mushrooms. You got some mushrooms or something? Yeah. He needs some psychedelics. He need to get him some psychedelics so he can get up to the Jesus. That's all I wanted to say. I love y'all, and we gonna finish this debate, right? And y'all, listen. Get out that tight jacket. That jacket. Why you always do it? We always just. I got one last question. That jacket. He be this sauce like that. That jacket's so tight. Man. I got one last question. That jacket's so tight, it make your braid tight. Watch him on, and he can't think straight. Listen, tell me. I got one last question, you guys. There's a big debate out there about the Bible. I think it's a good book. I think the information is good. But there's a lot of tragedy, murder, and harm in the Old Testament. Well, can I ask you something? Ask you a question? I know you have a little sense. If you don't act like you have something. Now, watch this. Watch this. First of all, that's from day one. Man, the same thing that happened back then happened now. David was a king. Yeah. The problem is y'all trying to make God be the one that's responsible for your murder. He gave you a free choice. He said, this day you choose. That was so in creation, it's you that made the decision, not God. But stop getting mad at God. Yeah. Ray decided. Hold on, stop. This nigga all the way to the end to drop a bomb here. Right? Listen, what he said, man, while I said, everybody watching this, what he basically saying is that God gave you free will. And what I say is, you do got a free will. But I think your free will comes with a purpose. Right? And I think people don't understand they get out of line with their purpose. And I mean, sometimes it takes years to find your purpose associated with your free will. Right? So for everybody watching, I just want you to know this, man. This is a spiritual showdown. We don't get here to I'm not here to put down Christians or to put down anybody's religion. But you make you think. I'm just here to make you think, right? Whether you go left or whether you go right, you gotta go in some kind of way on your own. Even though Jay is the worst podcast, you the worst interviewer ever, Jay. Like nobody's worse. Right? But we gotta deal with what we gotta deal with, right? But I like your thoughts because one thing I can say about you, you do make a person say, what is this dude called? Yeah, well, if you talk now, who created your brain? Yeah, that motherfucker ain't no good, man. They gonna get rid of the middle, man. They gonna try to get rid of you next. Anybody that listens to the broadcast, you're not gonna get nothing as real and solid. No. We call watch the. We're not trying to force you to believe what we believe. Here, right believe what he got right believe. So this church, we are forcing you to search your own knowledge and search your own understanding and get to know God for yourself. If you don't, then you are caught up and trapped in the cosmos. You are trapped up in the firmament, right? What that means, he's not talking about physically, he's talking about spiritually. And anytime you judge the situation without getting up, see what I mean? You still locked up. See what I mean? Firm. See what I mean? Now, he just makes sound. He just made it make sound. So I said, look, show you how to get out. You see how we made, but don't get out through this fool. No, we did the same thing, gang. But he put it in the mind, and I put it out there. But it's the same message with the same way out, gang. He said the way out is through Jesus. I know the way out is through Jesus' consciousness. That's right. So what ain't for us? What the f we saying different?
At the end of the day, every man got to search their own soul. Let's get it.
Don't you start fight up. He ain't got to fight you. I'll be honest with you. You fight. You jail.
That was kind of crazy. Watched a little bit of this earlier. I didn't get to finish it. Barely get through it now. Fuck, I can watch some movies and shit. Taking out. Early day ahead. Preparing for the weekend.